Hello everyone, this is my 2 cents on CMON joining sort of Gamefound exclusively. Well, first of all, I'd like to say I called it. Kind of. It was in my last year's predictions. For 2023, I said there'd be a big shift from Kickstarter to Gamefound, and well, I even predicted something along the lines of CMON or a big company like that coming off Kickstarter and going to Gamefound. I could just kind of see it happening. And we got a little bit of an inkling when they did their sort of the DC side of things, and I think they've put like their pledge manager, the actual sort of behind the scenes backer kitty sort of stuff. They've used Gamefound for that rather than sort of just running the DC on Kickstarter and then using backer kit, etc. They put that on Gamefound and used their pledge manager, and it just sort of, that made me think, oh, that prediction that I'd made last year, well, I think it really might be coming true this year. I think there's been sort of numbers that have been touted around that Kickstarter has definitely, in the tabletop industry at least, has shrunk the amount that it's sort of had backed. Gamefound has grown by more than that number. I think it was around 40 million drop in Kickstarter and 51 million gained by Gamefound. So it wasn't just sort of moved across. There was sort of a more uplift for Gamefound. And I just think that in a few years' time, we're really going to be just seeing Gamefound as the place to go. Because if you've got someone, like if you've got a big company coming in like CMON, well, you're going to start getting the numbers. Obviously, I'm not a publisher, but I can kind of see some viewpoints of why people haven't sort of made the jump sooner. But I do think with CMON jumping over, it's only time. And that's because at the moment, Kickstarter has the wider audience. It's got the sort of many more campaigns running, have run, etc. So people know it. People that are just sort of generally browsing, they'll go to the tabletop sort of thing and scroll down through Kickstarter. And if you've backed games like any of the zombie sides or any of that have earned absolutely millions, have thousands and thousands of backers, they're on Kickstarter. They're potentially getting the Kickstarter weekly emails like, oh, why don't you back this? You've backed this previously. Why don't you back their new campaign also on Kickstarter? Well, the next zombie side or whatever CMON do next, it will probably be a big splashy campaign. It's going to be on Gamefound, and that's going to be drawing all of their previous backers, because pretty much legally you'd sort of have a right to sort of say they'd be interested, and you've almost certainly ticked or unticked and reticked a box somewhere on one of the checkouts that you can be marketed to by CMON. So they're almost certainly going to send all of those previous backers some kind of email that says, our new campaign, the big one, is now on Gamefound. And that's going to draw a lot of eyes over. A lot of eyes that will then be getting marketing, potentially, from Gamefound in the future. And that just opens the path for the rest. CMON is by far the one company that sort of absolutely splurges money at crowdfunding. All of the zombie sides, Deceased, Marvel Zombies, but all of their other games like Massive Darkness and different things, they go on there as well. The Song of Ice and Fire stuff, I think that was maybe kickstarted, crowdfunded at one point. Well, I can just see that all of it, well, they've got the exclusive, so obviously for a certain length of time all their stuff's going to be there. I'm not sure whether they go back, because after they've launched a few campaigns on Gamefound, their audience will be there as well. And it just opens up for more people. I think smaller campaigns might sort of start to see it as, well, there's a lot of people on Gamefound now. Maybe it's worth it. We'll see. But I did predict that there was going to be a big shift, and, well, I was a year early. So I can see this CMON deal being good for Gamefound. Will it be good for consumers? Ooh, I think so. I think there's definitely been an improvement on Kickstarter recently. user interface wise, like just in general, I think it's a bit better. They've seemingly improved, like the way you pledge and different things, add-ons and all that sort of stuff. And I think they've had to make that improvement because they've been losing money to other platforms, be it Gamefound, be it BackerKit. They are going to have to maybe up their game more. With it all being, if it all just shifted to Gamefound, well, actually, it's a pretty good system. It's a pretty nice website to use. I have a few issues, like when you've got a campaign that's not launched yet, all the messages and stuff seem to be at the top, so you actually have to scroll past a load to get to see the campaign page and little things like that. But they've definitely got a nicer system overall. I think it'll only be time before, if CMON are doing it, a lot of other companies follow as well. So I'm going to retrospectively give myself a point for my 2023 predictions. I said it kind of ish was a maybe half-quarter of a point. Well, it's a full point now because I predicted it ahead of time. If I'd have said it in this year's predictions, it would have been absolutely worldy of a prediction, so why wasn't it last year, sort of thing. Let me know what you think of it. Do you think it's going to be good for consumers? I think it might drive some improvement between the platforms, and to be honest, it doesn't really seem to matter which platform you back on. It's about the same sort of experience, especially when it comes to paying VAT and huge shipping costs. It's not necessarily going to draw me in any more, any less for a CMON campaign, but it's certainly an interesting exclusive deal. Let me know what you think of it. Do you agree, disagree? Put it in the comments. And until next time, have a cool mini or not good day.